I'm all like this, eh? Seun of Channels TV don't finally humble this Festus Okoye guy of INEC. Not be to rig election, no. You go fit defend am. When I see how Percy Papa now, don dey look like wetin I no know for national TV just because of say you no get integrity. Oh, I no fit just talk for this matter abeg. Una watch am by yourself.
Not issue of holding anybody accountable.
What failed? There were monies, millions of naira Nigerian taxpayers' money that have been entrusted in the hands of INEC to prosecute this election. A major part of it failed, and INEC described it as a glitch. So explain to Nigerians if it's human or machine. So that you don't, I know what you're trying to run away from.
I'm not running away.
You don't want to get into the arena of what the tribunal is prosecuting right now, but just tell Nigerians it was human, it was machine. No. So Nigerians can then hold their breath and wait to when the defense of INEC comes.
No. Let me explain something to you. When you are using the word failure, you are using the word failure in a very generic sense, and that is not right. Now, that machine you are talking about has three components and three elements. When we were doing the voters registration process, we use that particular machine for purposes of voters registration. When we are doing voter accreditation, we use it for voter accreditation. And then after election, we also use the same machine for result upload. So it is only one component of result upload that we are talking about. So the machine has not failed. The machine was used successfully in terms of voters registration. The machine was also used successfully in terms of voter accreditation. And the machine was also used successfully in terms of result upload. We are only talking of result upload for the presidential election only. So it is not true, and it is not right, and it's not correct to insinuate, even remotely, that, oh, taxpayers' money was wasted and the machine did not work. No, the machine worked optimally.
I look at it in this way,
yes.
Mr. Okoye. If you are to buy a vehicle, and what you are concerned about is you paid for the vehicle and the vehicle is delivered to you. But when they give you a story that on the way from Mina, in between Mina and Abuja, the vehicle break down and something happened, you don't want to hear the story. What you want is what you paid for to be delivered to you. Nigerians paid for an excellent election. And midway, something happened when you promised them that results are going to be uploaded on Irev as a transparent process to be able to monitor and circumvent any kind of fraudulent activities on the exercise. But then it happened on 2 of the 3 elections. On 1, it did not happen. So that means that Beavers worked, but where you're supposed to upload it in the cloud or in one machine, it did not come, and it did not come in one of the elections out of the 3. The Nigerians are beginning to worry. If it was a human effort to hold on to that result.
Let me give you an example. I boarded a plane coming from Anambra at the Anambra airport. All of us had already boarded the plane. And then suddenly the pilot said that there was a problem with the computer of the aircraft and that he had called Lagos and that Lagos has asked him to shut down the plane and restart it. And he told us that what he's doing is akin to a computer, to our mobile phones hanging, and then you switch it off and put it on again. So even in aeroplanes, sometimes you experience that type of challenge. I have seen, you can buy a vehicle today and it will have a problem. I've seen vehicles that were recalled to the factory.
Mr. Okoye, do you realize that Nigerians are very reasonable people?
Oh, definitely,
they can understand with you if you have a problem. Genuinely, they will understand. This is not the first time INEC has had logistics problem. And Nigerians will understand, oh, you are going to postpone the election. We'll wait the next 2 weeks when you want to hold it. But when you have raised their hopes and you said, this is going to work, and did not work, don't you think that they have the right to ask, especially when the only reason why people pay tax is to see why the discrepancy?
It's not a discrepancy. We explained to Nigerians that there were challenges with uploading the presidential election results. And I'm using the word challenges as a layman's way of trying to explain what happened. The commission said that there was a glitch in terms of uploading the presidential election results. But you know, and I've said it times without number, the uploading of the results of the election into the INEC result viewing portal was to build public trust and also for the public to follow what goes on within and around the election process. But as you know, and as I know, the law, the Electoral Act 2022, gives every registered political party the opportunity to nominate polling agents, or what in popular parlance we call party agents. to be his eyes within the various polling units. And most of the political parties did nominate their polling agents. In fact, 3 of the political parties nominated over 176,000 polling agents. One of them nominated around 134,000 polling agents. So what that means is that each political party had the primary evidence at the level of the polling unit of those results. So I find it slightly difficult to understand why almost all the political parties are relying only on results uploaded to the various polling units when they applied to the commission and the commission accredited over 176,000 polling agents for each political party.
But you made the promise that you were going to put it there.
Yes.
You were the one who said Irev is going to work.
Yes.
It's worked in Osun, it worked in Ondo, and you said, Ekiti rather, and you said it's going to work. But you reneged on your promise.
No.
You failed on your promise.
No, nobody has said that it did not work. The result, you said it yourself, the results for the senatorial election was uploaded. That of the House of Representatives election was uploaded. Governorship election was uploaded. State Assembly elections were uploaded. And it is only in the uploading of the presidential election results that we had a glitch. And we explained to Nigerians that this was exactly what happened. So it is not...
No, you have not explained to Nigerians what happened.
We did.
No, what did you say happened?
We said there was a glitch in terms of uploading of the presidential
What was
election
exactly?
results.
What's the nature of the glitch?
You know...
So was it an issue of network or hosts issues, or what exactly is it? Is it a hardware problem, or the domain where you had your server or your porter domicile that was the problem?
You see, if you drag me into a digital and technological issue, I will get lost because I am basically and fundamentally a lawyer. And so, as far as I'm concerned, there were challenges with uploading of the presidential election results. That issue of uploading, whether it was a hardware issue, whether it was a software matter, is already before the presidential election petition court, and I will not go into that. Moreover, my knowledge of technology is very, very limited. So if you drag me into technological-related issues, I will just get lost in the process.
So this is it. Your mind, it might not be your expertise.
Yes.
But because this is an engagement that you had with Nigeria, a promise you made to Nigerians, this is INEC, the destiny of Nigerians and the Nigerian people's hopes and aspiration about a process which they believe INEC was going to be transparent and come straight to them. So if there was somebody who was responsible who failed in his duties, or if it was a machine problem, or it's a human error, what failed? Is it human or machine?
Well, as an individual, I will have an opportunity of understanding the intricacies of what happened the moment we begin our own internal review process. And also the moment we also begin the external review process.
So INEC does not know now what really happened?
I've told you what I know.
No, the point is, sir,
yes.
and I know,
yes.
If they take light in this building right now, it could be a generator or from the source, or solar. There are possible 3 ways by which we can generate power in this room right now. If they take light from the source, which is NEPA or PHCN, we put on our generator. If our solar fails, these are possible 3 ways. I'm not in that area, but I could tell you that power will be restored because our engineers are putting on the generator. So it could be that our engineer had gone to have dinner somewhere else, and that was why the gap of the minute in which they took light and we couldn't restore it. So that's what I'm asking. In layman terms, was it a human error or a machine error?
Well, all I know is that there was a glitch. There were challenges.
Have you been able to fully upload all the results from the presidential election on the Irev portal?
You cannot fully upload all the results because there were places where elections did not take place. And I'll give you an example. Before the election, we told Nigerians that elections will take place only in 176,606 polling units, as against the number of polling units we have in the country, because in some of those polling units, we do not have registered voters. So you don't expect results from the Irev for all these other polling units where we did not deploy. That is one. Secondly, in places where there were violent disruption of the elections, you don't expect results from those polling units. And so I think that it will not be right to expect that the Irev we contained results from 176,606 polling units. That is far-fetched.
How many have you uploaded now so far?
Well, I don't have the figure of it, but the results, substantial number of the results are already on the Irev.
I mean, why did it take INEC that long to upload the result?
Well, as a lawyer, I'm going to be slightly circumspect and slightly careful in answering some of your questions because some of the issues relating to the issue of result upload, especially for the presidential election, is pending before the election petitions court, and the commission. I think on the 3rd of July, we opened its defense around the issue of result upload and the issues surrounding it. So if you permit me, I will just try as much as possible to avoid answering that question because it's one of the major issues before the election petitions court. And for instance, if a subpoena is directed to the chairman to produce a particular document, and a deputy director, an assistant director, or even a director in the commission can produce that particular document, the chairman doesn't necessarily need to appear in person to just produce a press statement issued by a national commissioner.
But the INEC chairman was subpoenaed in person to appear before the tribunal in person.
No, there are different classes of subpoena. There is the subpoena that, and I want to explain in a layperson's language, there is the subpoena that is issued for you to just come and produce a document and go away. There's also a subpoena that is issued for you to come and testify on behalf of a petitioner or on behalf of a respondent. So it depends on the type of subpoena that is issued. If a subpoena is issued directed to the chairman of the commission, asking him to appear and testify, the chairman will definitely appear. But the election petitions procedure is completely different. If you want to do that type of thing, there's a possibility that, one, you have to upload the witness statement of the person you want to even subpoena. Or you give the person notice of what you want the person to come and say. You don't just issue a subpoena and say, come and testify. The person must know what he or she is coming to do. So it depends on the type of subpoena.
So they didn't give you all of this information? All of these were not provided?
What I'm saying is that the ones I saw directed to the chairman of the commission required and requested him to produce certain documents. And all those documents that were requested from the chairman were produced by different directors and different staff of the commission. So we produced all the documents that were required of us to produce. Now, the flip side of it was that there were also some documents that were cloned, that were circulating in the social media that did not emanate from the commission, which the commission had already disowned. And then they issued a subpoena and asked us to produce documents that did not emanate from us. And we said we don't have such documents, and that, in fact, we had even issued a press statement before, during that particular period, saying that such a document does not exist, and we don't have such a document. So the chairman of the commission answered all the subpoena that were issued and directed at him.
Except for that he didn't appear in person like they wanted him to appear.
He doesn't necessarily need to appear in person. What the tribunal requires is that a particular document required by the petitioners or by the respondents should be produced, and that particular document was produced. It does not matter which officer of the commission produced that particular document.
Because the allegations are also